Welcome to What's New with GIPT. Introduction. GIPT, launched in late 2019, is an online application used to facilitate the submittal and processing of interconnection requests. GIPT allows all users of the tool to process requests and provides visibility across all stages of the interconnection request lifecycle. GIPT is released in several phases consisting of several drops. GIPT Drop 1 stages include application submittal, application review, technical evaluation, and contract development, as well as the look and functionality of the GIPT tool. The purpose of this video is to introduce changes implemented in Drop 2 and the remaining phases applicable to the interconnection customer, which are construction initiation, pre-construction, commissioning test, final billing, and long-term management. Visit SCE's Grid Interconnection page to access training videos for more information on GIPT Drop 1 phases and the GIPT tool look and functionality. Construction initiation. A full payment must be made to initiate construction. The payment option for the main work order and GIPT invoice are available in GIPT. There is no option to make partial payments. The GIPT invoice is available for preview and download and will display information such as invoice number, invoice description, amount, and due date. When you're ready to make a payment, select Yes to the question, Would you like to proceed with an e-payment through ACH? This is SCE's preferred method of payment to facilitate moving the case forward faster. After reaching the ACH payment screen, click the Make a Payment button. Make sure to keep both the GIPT and the ACH e-payment browser windows open until confirmation of successful payment is displayed in the window. Closing one of the windows may result in duplicate payments. You will receive a payment acknowledgement after submitting the payment. If, however, you select No and opt out of paying the invoice through ACH, you will be instructed to follow instruction for wire or check payment described in the invoice, and then you will click Submit to continue. Please note that processing non-ACH payments will take longer than processing ACH payments and may result in prolonging the project timeline. Pre-construction. Pre-construction follows the construction initiation stage after confirmation that the invoice was paid in advance of construction. You will receive a welcome package and submit the required documents to the assigned SCE team member for review and approval. You will receive a welcome package listing the SCE team members as well as documents needed from you as required by their agreement or needed to complete the project. Upon uploading the documents, SCE will review, approve or reject the documentation, and provide comments or feedback as needed. Commissioning test. A commissioning test is performed to verify protective settings and functionality and is required upon initial parallel operation of a generating facility. The testing will follow the manufacturer's recommended test procedure for verifying settings and requirements. The commissioning test includes a visual inspection of the interconnection equipment and protective settings to confirm compliance with the interconnection requirements. Once eligibility has been approved, the commissioning test will commence. The interconnection customer must request a commissioning test unless SCE determines that a test is not needed. If a commissioning test is needed, the case may be eligible for 2 testing methodologies as determined by SCE: SCE to witness commissioning test or customer self-certification. If the case is eligible for both testing methodologies, you may select SCE to witness commissioning test. Select the button next to SCE to witness commissioning test. Provide at least 1 time slot and up to 3 total times for the test. Click Submit. The case is then routed to the assigned engineer who will select the date and time from the options you provided or may counter a time slot that is more feasible to the engineer's schedule. The customer self-certification option will be the default selection for cases eligible for self-certification. To request a commissioning test by selecting Customer Self-Certification, select Customer Self-Certification. Again, this option is the default if your project is eligible for self-certification. Download the self-certification permission letter and the template for self-certified report. Complete the self-certified report template and upload it to GIPT. From the category drop-down list, select Self-Certified. Scroll down and respond to the question, "Are there abnormal conditions identified during the self-certified test?" and provide comments as needed. Click Submit. SCE recommends that you provide a 15-day notice for the commissioning test and at least 2 weeks' notice to perform the commissioning test. If you select the date that is within 15 days, you will get a notification informing you that your request date is earlier than 15 days. SCE will evaluate your request and reply accordingly. Upon successful completion of the commissioning test, you will receive an email with the test results and an attached PDF copy of the conditional or final PTO letter authorizing the interconnection and operation of the generating facility in parallel with SCE's distribution system. If the commissioning test failed, you will receive an email notification of the result with an explanation of the failure and mitigation needed before another commissioning test can be performed. Final billing. Final billing delivers to you an invoice of the final cost of construction of the interconnection facilities and distribution upgrades. In final billing, either SCE provides a refund or the customer is required to pay the difference between the estimated and actual costs within 30 calendar days of issuance of the final construction invoice. When the recorded book costs have been determined by SCE, where applicable, the monthly ownership charges paid by the interconnection customer will be revised based on such recorded costs and adjusted retroactively to the same date of service. During final billing, you can make a payment by clicking Make a Payment and preview and download the final invoice. The amount due and due date is visible if a payment is due. If a refund is applicable, the refund amount in the customer bank account last 4 digits is visible. Payment amounts due may be made through ACH or through check or wire. To make a payment through check or wire, follow the instructions outlined in the invoice. The final invoice is available for preview and download. The invoice read-only details include invoice number, invoice description, and amount due. A payment acknowledgement will appear after submitting the payment. Long-term management. Completion of final billing triggers transition of the case to long-term management. Interconnection agreements continue to be managed as an ongoing process until certain events occur, such as termination or the end of the term of the interconnection agreement. Details and updates can be made regarding operating representative details after contract development all the way up through long-term management. You can add a new operating representative and will need to provide first name, last name, email, phone number and extension, which are all mandatory fields, mobile number, and position or title. Company details can also be added, such as contract role, company name, parent name, company address, city, state, and zip. Active operating representative information can also be updated, such as changing their role or position and title, or they can be deactivated resulting from the case assignment to a new representative. You will not be able to deactivate authorized representatives. Thank you for watching. For more information about Grid Interconnection, please visit SCE's Grid Interconnection page.